Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and I'm super excited about this video tutorial. We are going to make a beachy flag. Hear me out. It's just going to be flag reminiscent using paint stir sticks, which you can get paint stir sticks everywhere. Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon. This particular ones, these came from Walmart. We're gonna use, for braces, some of these jumbo popsicle sticks, jumbo craft sticks from Walmart. We're gonna use a variety of paint colors from Waverly. This is called Dusk. This one is called Moss. This one is called Lagoon. Here is Ocean. And here is Agave. We're going to be using some E6000 and some hot glue. And then I think we're going to use these little stars that came from Dollar Tree. So this is not a hard craft at all. And if you've ever crafted using paint stir sticks, I think you're going to love this. Let me scoot everything out of my way and we will get going. I've been working this morning to get everything ready so I could show you how this is done. This is parchment paper that I'm working on just to make my cleanup a little bit easier. And I am going to do an ocean because I need one more. Okay, so with all of these paints, basically what you're doing is you're creating a wash. It's going to be I don't know, 1 part paint to 2 or 3 parts water. And you can use any craft paint, whatever you have on hand. This happens to be distilled water that I'm putting in here, but it doesn't have to be distilled. That's just what I have in my mister bottle. Okay, and I need a paintbrush. Okay, so I'm just going to mix it up. And you could use a glass bowl. I'm just using this paper bowl and this to just make this craft a little easier cleanup. Paper towels. How's everyone doing today? I hope you're doing great. Okay, so I've just mixed it up. I think it needs a little bit more. The more water you put in with each paint, the more diluted. This kind of makes it look like a stain. Okay, and then I'm just going to start. Yeah, that's much darker than I wanted. And I'm going to do both sides, but you really don't have to. I would do the edges. So I'm going to put it on. We'll pull it off with a paper towel and then we'll flip it over and do the other side. And we'll do the edges. When you dilute your paint like this, it looks, you can still see the wood grain. It's not like a solid coverage. And it looks beachy. And then I have a technique we're going to do after that, after we have our little flag thing assembled. So I'm just getting the edges here. And the ends. And then I'll flip it over and we'll get the, so on the other side we'll dry it off and then we will be ready to move forward. I've already done my other colors so that you wouldn't have to sit and watch me paint stir sticks. I don't think that's very interesting. Okay, I'm going to put that away over here and get another paper towel. We're going to try to get this dry. I would normally wait a little bit longer or We might hit it with a heat gun. That might be a good idea. Or a blow dryer. Okay, cool. So can you see how you can still see the wood grain through it? Now I'm just going to fold up my parchment paper and toss it. This has been used a few times. It's fine to throw it away. Okay, now what I want to do is show you my colors. I did 2 of each. Okay, these ones right here are really light. This one's lighter. Well, and this is dusk diluted. And I put a little extra paint in this one because it was really pretty transparent. That's dusk. This one, these ones right here are lagoon. These 2 are agave. These 2 are moss. I think you just want, and then this one is that ocean. I think you honestly just want a combination of blues and greens if you're going to make this look beachy, and then you're going to need a white paint, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, and I'm going to start out by arranging my pieces, and I'm going to go every other one, flipping it so that one end will have the straight and one end will have this. Do you see the difference? I just kind of want to mix it up. And you can do kind of a repeating pattern if you want. That's what I think I'm going to do. It really does not matter how you do it, seriously. I have 10 pieces. Put this one in between these. Okay, now let me flip-flop them again so they're right. And then we're going to look at them because we're working on the back first. So we're going to look at them and decide which side do we want to have the back, and that side is going to be up. Okay, I want that to be the front. I want that to be the front. I want that to be the front. Some of your paint stir sticks are going to kind of want to bend a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It's hot in my craft room. I'm going to turn on the fan. Woo! Either that or I'm just having a hot flash, which is a possibility also. Okay, so I only had 2 of these short paint stir sticks in my stash. I should have bought some yesterday, darn it. Because I like to use these as the braces, the best of all. But I only have 2. And this one has a little bit of paint on it from a past project, but it does not matter. So I'm going to, and these have the numbers on them, so I'm going to put that inside. And I'm going to just, we're going to do a combination of hot glue and E6000. Oh dang, I forgot to make sure I could get this open. Oh yeah, okay. so, and then I'll press down. So I'm going to do a bead in the center of E6000. That will give it permanent, strength. And then I'm going to do hot glue. And this is not quite long enough to get all of my project, but it's going to be just fine. We're going to use the little jumbo craft sticks as our other braces. So we'll just get this going. What do you guys think so far? It's going to make so much more sense when you see it, when we flip it over and start doing the other part. So if you're thinking, it doesn't look so great, it will look much better in a few minutes. It's not quite ready. So I have the pieces laying so the front is underneath, or the part that I want to be the front. This is going to give it immediate stick, but the E6000 is going to give it longer strength. And I wanted to tell you guys that you could also try using a staple gun. Nobody's going to see the back, so don't worry if your pieces are not straight. Mine are very not straight. Oops, and I got a blob. Okay, so just get that. This is making it be a little bit straighter. What do you guys think? If you're liking this project, sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, these are jumbo craft sticks. We'll just use a few of these to kind of brace. And I'm not gonna put them over the spot where there's a hole, because I don't want to see that from the front. They're hard to hold and not get it on your fingers. Did I say any of my normal stuff up front? Tell me if you're watching. Tell me what you're thinking. We'll do this one, like right here. The E6000 is almost impossible to get off your hands. Doesn't burn you like hot glue will, but it is hard to get off. Okay. We're going to flip it over in just a minute, and we're going to do this dry brushing technique that's going to make it look really beachy, I promise. If you have another brand of glue, not E6000, but something that you like, feel free to use whatever works for you. But when I have tried using just hot glue, what happens is, especially if you put it outside, it kind of gets brittle, and you can lose some of your pieces out of your little sign. I may come back and add some more braces off camera, but let's just do this last one and then we'll move on. And I will clean up the head of my A6000 so that I can get it open next time. Have you guys heard that trick of putting some Vaseline around the little part that you screw on the top? I have heard that that will make it easier to get the cap. For now, I'm just going to stick it over here. Okay, and I'm trying to get a wipe. Okay, so let's flip it over and look. And I'll just kind of play it by ear to see if it needs more braces. Okay. I don't think it matters. Yes, it's definitely going to need some more braces. Let's do that right now, you guys. I know that's boring, but let's get it done right now so that I don't have to remember and worry about it later. And plus I have my E6000 open. We'll just do one more on each side. I think watching somebody glue is about as interesting as watching somebody apply paint. So I'm sorry. Okay, and I was going to do it out here. It won't be visible. So this is going to be the back. Maybe, well, probably not tomorrow, but maybe on Monday, I will dig out my, let's put this one down here, my past paint stir stick sign projects, because I actually made an American flag. I think it was 3 years ago, and then I've made some Beachy things. I've made all kinds of things. They're super fun to work with, and they're super affordable. Okay, we'll just say that this is going to work for now. It does feel a little bit sturdier. Okay. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get a palette, paper plate, and some of this white Waverly Paint. This stuff is so thick. I don't know how much I'm going to need, so I'll start with that. And then this is just a chippy brush. Any kind of yucky brush, like this would work too. I'm going to start with the smaller one, and we may build up. Okay, so I'm going to just dip my bristles in this, and then I'm going to start, and the first pass is always the one that gives me makes me scared. I'm just doing a little bit of dry brushing. And this is why I wanted to do it all at once, so that I could have the dry brush extend from one one paint stir to the next. Do you guys see? Let me lift it up and show you. And of course I will fiddle with it lots. This is going to dry super fast. do some of these in the comments if you are liking what you're seeing so far. I want to know. Does this look appealing? I'm definitely going to add some more braces, because I do want my pieces to lay flat. So I'm tapping my brush into my white paint and then tapping it off so it's not going to come out a big huge blob. And then this is called dry brushing. I'm just going sort of back and forth over my pieces. In just a minute, we need to decide which end is the top and which one is the bottom. So I'm going to ask your opinion. So be ready to tell me. This looks like it's been a sign that's been sitting on the beach. Some wood that's been sitting on the beach, getting the ocean, the salty ocean waves and the salt in the air. Like the bottom half is heavier. So let me make some heavier. So this is a personal preference thing, and it just kind of depends on what look you like. I'm just going to get a little bit on the ends. And then a little bit on the top and the bottom. What do we think? Oh, I am so sorry. I moved my okay, here we go. That's not the first time I've done that, but it is still very embarrassing to completely knock my phone off my desk with you guys in it. I'm sorry. I hope nobody had a heart attack. What is the blue mat that I'm working on? It's a silicone crafting mat. You can order them on Amazon in different sizes, different colors. And what I like about it is that it makes it easy to clean up. Okay, so here's what I need to know from you guys. Is this the top? Or is this the top? I think this is the top to me. Whoever gave me those stars is probably thinking, oh my word, why did I give her those stars? She's a mess. Okay, so I will come back and I'll show you what I'm going to do, but I will come back and do a hanger. Okay, so with the American flag, usually you have some stars in this section, the top left corner, and in the American flag that's blue and white, and then the red and white stripes run this way. So this is my idea. Do you like that? I do. Let me scooch it over. I do. I think that's going to work just fine. These are some little plastic or resin or something starfish that came from Dollar Tree. They had them last year, they have them again this year. They come in a little bag that looks like this. These are the sand dollars. And I don't know how many you get. You probably want 2 bags. There's 5 here, so you can count and see. But I think this is reminiscent of a flag, which is really all we want it to be, a beachy flag. And I want my pieces to be going all different directions. Meredith is laughing about my little oopsie. Yeah, that is super embarrassing. I'm always telling the creators for Magnolia that are on my team that you don't have to be perfect to start doing craft projects online. And I know they think, yeah, Heidi. But I'll have to show them this video and how I literally tipped my whole camera off my desk. I'm just glad it didn't break. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of go pretty heavy with my glue in this first one just to see how that's gonna work. You know what, I may have to put something under them because these are not flat. Let me think, what could we do? I mean, I could do a whole pile of glue in the center, but I don't know that that's gonna work. Let's try. No, that is not going to work. Okay, let me think. I do I have any little round somethings? I have these, which I could paint white. We might have to have a part 2. These are just some little wood pieces, wood slices that came from Dollar Tree. And what I would propose is putting each starfish on one. I would have to paint them white so that they kind of disappear. And then, let me get this cloud of glue off. I think that will work. Okay, so let's try it. Get this one off now that I've glued it. I don't need to paint the underneath of it. A wood bead or a half wood bead. Yeah, I don't have any of those handy, but I think these will work just fine. They elevate it, and I think they'll kind of disappear. I'll make that be the back. We'll try and see how that works. I do have some of those half round beads if necessary. Let me quick grab my heating tool. This for somewhere. This one is from Magnolia. It looks like it goes with this Surebonder because they're very similar colors. But the Surebonder is not from Magnolia. The Surebonder gluing device that I use, you can get that at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, pretty much any craft store. And it is just a super low temperature hot gluing device. feel sick from the tip over of my phone that I'm recording on. I hope not. Okay, so I'm just going to load this up right here. Put it on this. And I don't think you're going to really even notice that the piece underneath is a little bit bigger. Right, I'm going to get this blob of glue off. I probably will, with the rest of these, come back and use E6000 also. But I just want to be able to give you the general gist of it. Make this one out a little bit. What do you think? Do we like it? Does it remind you of a flag? Except the stars are made out of these little plastic starfish. What do you guys think? Do this if you like this project. Linda says she loved it. I mean, I think it's lovely. It would go totally in all of my decor this summer because my decor is, and it looks pretty neutral, it really does. This has got greens and turquoise and blue, and very light blue, and I think it's lovely. If you don't like the mix of all the different colors, you could choose one color and just do the whole thing, one color. I will come back and add more of these super jumbo craft sticks to the back to brace it. But that's the project. So I hope you liked it. Do this if you liked it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm going to sit down and make a list of everything that I used and where it came from. So I'll get all the names of these colors, but you can really use any kind of paint you want. It does not have to be Waverly. Yes, it would look good at my pool also. We don't have a pool house, so I don't know where I would hang it up. Anyways, it is a gorgeous day where I live in Atlanta, Georgia, in the suburbs. And we do have a swimming pool. And I bought a floaty yesterday at the grocery store. And our pool, we don't heat our pool because my husband is frugal just like me. We do heat our hot tub. But anyways, I was sort of thinking about getting on my little floaty and getting some sunshine for an hour or so. Anyways, let me know if you want the complete list, and I'll get you the colors. I'll get you, that these are 5-gallon paint stir sticks, that these are super jumbo craft sticks, that these are wood slices from Dollar Tree, that I used E6000, blah, 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 blah. Okie dokie. Thanks for watching, and as usual, once it's all complete, I'll get pictures, and I will be posting those here in these comments. I will also put the pictures separately just on DiyDreaming, so you can come back anytime you want. But I'm going to answer the questions first. I'm going to get my list together, and then for everyone who says complete list or pick colors or something like that, I'll give you the whole list. All right? Most everything came from either Walmart or Dollar Tree. Honestly, that's where everything is from. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry I tipped you over.